It is not difficult to learn and speak the word. The hard thing, the difficult thing, it's behind. What is the meaning? What belongs to the expression and to the feelings behind those words? To listen. Art is responding with emotion, and the best art is music. That's the highest form of art. It is completely abstract, and we make about 8 times as much response to it than any of the other art. And we respond to it emotionally. Listening points to who you truly are underneath all the things that constantly change. And attention is that which is there when you're truly listening. In the moment of attention, there is no thinking, but there is unaware presence. To think. Before you train yourself to stop thinking, there is just all kind of stuff that goes through your mind. There is a voice in the head that talks to yourself. The mind has split itself in two, and it's talking to itself. I used to meditate until I learned to stop thinking. Now I've stopped thinking, I don't think of anything, nothing goes through my mind. Things include your thinking, because every thought is also a formation. It has a certain form, a thought form, it comes, and then it goes. Every emotion has a form, it comes, it's an energy field inside you, it comes in a certain lifespan, and then it subsides, and then another one comes. That is all the thingness of life. It's forms that come and go all the time. The only thing that doesn't come and go is I. To be. Something timeless, deep within, will still be exactly the same as it is now, untouched by time. I believe that the worst thing you can think about when you're working at anything is yourself. If you start thinking about yourself, it stands right in the middle, in front of you, and you make mistakes. In itself, the I that you are, one could describe it as space. It is not lifeless, it's full of life. All of life comes out of that. But in itself, it is spacious. Buddha called it emptiness. Too empty. Empty your mind, be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup and it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle and it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot and it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Am I nothing? Yes, I would pronounce that differently though. I would say, you are no thing. Now, there is a difference between no thing and nothing. Nothing is simply a denial, but no thing means there is a presence, but it has no form. Nothing that you can grasp. It has no shape and no form and no name. How do I connect this nothing with the inner space of my intuition, of my imagination? That place where the dreams occur, and one sees those things that is not of this world, but in the mind where abstract ideas happen. To express. You just say, well, here I am, as a human being. How can I express myself totally and completely? Now, that way, you won't create a style, because style is a crystallization. I mean, that way, it is a process of continuing growth. The ideal is unnatural naturalness or natural unnaturalness. It took me 20 years to get beyond nature. That's where I was getting. That's where I was going. We make an emotional response beyond nature. If you get up in the morning and you feel very happy and everything seems good, that's without cause. I think that is what I paint about, what is without cause. And we live a transcendent emotional life, all the time, all day long. To know. All art is not intellectual at all. And still, we have like 5-week magazine that comes out in a month, and people talk about art, and there is nothing you can say. I don't believe what the intellectual puts out. The intellectuals, they discover one fact and another fact and another fact, and they say, from all this fact, we can deduce so and so. Not good. That is just a bad guess. Nothing can come but inaccuracy. Therefore, thereof you would learn the truth about life. So I had a hard time giving up some of them. But I'll manage it. Evolution. I gave up the idea of evolution. All of them. I gave up all of the theories. Even the atomic theory. And then I don't believe. I don't have any ideas myself. I don't believe anybody else's, so that leaves me a clear mind. So when something comes into it, you can see it. The true intelligence resides in that dimension of alert stillness. If you have access to that, that's where the original intelligence resides. So anybody who is creative has some access, perhaps only in the little area of their field of expertise, where they have some access to that dimension, the stillness, to live. An object arises in consciousness, in the space that I am. Then I look away and another object arises in the space that I am. Or I listen to something that arises in the space that I am. A thought comes that arises in the space that I am. The presence that I am. But the presence in itself is formless. It is always now, and ultimately now is who you are. The space of now. The space of now and who you are in the depth of your being is consciousness itself, before it becomes something. The very foundation out of which all life comes. You could say God. God dwells in the depth of your being, not as some entity, but as the formless life itself. That is the deepest meaning of what now is, and that's why the now can never leave you. So I am the now. In essence, I am not what happens, I am the space in which everything happens. That is your true identity.